search dashboard provides a full replica of your search experience on the back end that you'll be able to use in many different ways to optimize and configure your search experience. From this dashboard, you're able to customize how data is presented. So depending on which type of user you are and what data access you need, it'll make it simple for both business users and developers to access information and understand product search results. The search dashboard enables you to change any of the settings that sit behind your search index. For example, in the configuration tab, you can change the attributes, which have been designated as searchable. You can change your ranking algorithm and the business logic that sits behind it. And you can make adjustments to things like your facets, which facets are available, and even deep settings like your typo tolerance settings. The dashboard operates just like the search bar on your site, so any configurations that are made can be tested right away. So I'll change this back over to a friendly view. And if I were to search for a query like women's pants, it'll display the proper responses to whatever that query is, just as it would appear on your site. The search dashboard provides access to all the different features that come with search. Things like query suggestions, query categorization, and analytics. From the search dashboard, you're able to run A/B tests on different search configurations. Almost anything that you can change in the Algolia dashboard can be A/B tested in front of your users to determine what the right strategy looks like. The dashboard is also where you have the ability to interface with things like rules. You'll be able to pin, boost, bury results, slot merchandise, redirect searches, all kinds of customization, while also having access to some of the more technical rule sets, things like injecting JSON into a page or changing the layout of a page based on a search result. You'll have the ability to access configurations for things like AI synonyms, which are suggested by the system, and then you have the ability to either accept or decline these synonyms. Things like dynamic re-ranking, an AI feature that allows you to use the wisdom of the crowd from your users specific to their behavior on the website. So you can see here, the results are coming back re-ranked based on the performance of users with specific regard to the jacket query. The search dashboard is also where personalization is configured. From here, you're able to influence the results that individual users get based on their preferences. So you can see here, I select a user token, and with personalization, that user's results are biased by the things that we know about them based on the products that they've clicked on, converted on, and searched for in the past. So I can see here the profile affinities for an individual user. We'll go deeper into each of these as we get into the individual sections. Within the Algolia dashboard, you'll also find the Algolia Recommend dashboard, where we can configure some of the same settings that we can for search, as well as recommend specific processes. The homepage starts with the different models that we have available. When we're talking about recommendations, we're often talking about those carousels that'll appear on places like your cart, PDP, and checkout pages, as well as different places within the browsing experience, for example, trending products on the homepage. There are a lot of different models available to use, such as complementary and alternative recommendations, as well as trending items and looking similar. From the Recommend dashboard, you have the ability to configure each of these models, set up rules, and test them right from the dashboard, just like search. So you can see here, if I click on, for example, our frequently bought together model, I can test it for individual products and see what recommendations will come back, and I can make adjustments to rules and merchandise these outcomes with a drag and drop WYSIWYG interface. For those not so technical users or the business users and merchandisers who are used to using e-commerce platforms, Algolia also offers the Merchandising Studio. The Merchandising Studio is a non-technical counterpart to the Algolia dashboard. The Merchandising Studio provides a user-friendly interface tailored specifically for your business users, simplifying the process of managing merchandising and analyzing search queries. For example, if you wanted to create a rule within the Merchandising Studio, we have a nice drag and drop interface. Going back to my same query for women's pants, I can click Curate this query, and I'm given a drag and drop editor where I can do things like pin, boost, bury, schedule my rules, and slot merchandise. There are lots of different outcomes that can come from the merchandising interface, and you're going to be using the merchandising interface in depth as you manage your search moving forward. The merchandising interface also provides access to the same analytics suite as the Algolia search dashboard, although it goes to a slightly deeper level of depth for understanding things like searches without results, searches without clicks, or even your grouped searches that predict the categories that searches belong to so that you can understand the behavior of similar queries. The Merchandising Studio gives you the tools that you need to merchandise in context and understand queries to see what's going on on the back end behind your search in a nice, again, drag and drop visual format. So when I'm searching, for example, for women's pants, I can see here which rules have been applied, whether any merchandising has happened here, and which Algolia features are impacting the query so that I can always understand why a result has come back in the place that it has. In this case, I can see that more words were matching on this query than the previous result. But if there were a rule applied, or if there were a custom business metric that were pushing this result over another, I would see that right here for the product pile.